The Raptors come out of the All-Star break and have a very impressive game. They made it a little bit too close for comfort in the end, but some excellent performances and a big shot late get us over the line in our quest to land the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. Let's break it all down for you in tonight's post-game show. So the Raptors, out of the All-Star break, Fred VanVleet was one that was really hungry for the Raptors to go and chase the 6th seed this season with 23 games to go, including the one we had tonight, and 4.5 games back of that spot. It would take a lot. It would take a lot of wins from the Raptors, and it would take other teams faltering. But all the Raptors can do is their job, and their job is winning basketball games. They won the game tonight against the New Orleans Pelicans, an injury-depleted Pelicans, a game the Raptors really ought to be winning, should be winning, and they get over the line here with a 115-110 victory. Fourth quarter had us a little bit worried, had us a little bit concerned. Brandon Ingram almost took over the game. He did take over the game, but it was not enough. The Raptors gave themselves enough of a cushion from earlier on in the game to do it. A big reason why the Raptors were in this position was the play of Jakob Poeltl, who was once again, for the second game in a row, absolutely sensational for this team. Jakob Poeltl drops 21 points, 18 rebounds. He goes 9 for 11 from the field and has 7 offensive rebounds. If that wasn't enough, he had 3 steals, a block, and 2 pretty nice assists to go along with it. Siakam, who started the game 3 for 9 from the field, who was 3 for 9 at halftime, really had 7 points at halftime, takes over the third quarter and the second half in general, finishes with 26 points in this game, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. That is our all-star. OG couldn't really get his feet under him here from 3, coming back from injury. We'll see better from him in later games, but 12 points, 6 rebounds isn't terrible. Barnes, a stellar game here, fresh off of an impressive Rising Stars performance, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Trent humming along here, 18 points, 6 for 16 from the field, but it was Trent's massive dagger shot late, which got the Raptors to win in the end. The Raptors were up by 2 with 12 seconds left when Siakam hit Gary Trent on the outside to hit that three-pointer. Excellent stuff from Gary Trent. Shout out Gary Trent as well for having 18 points with only 1 assist, 2 steals, 0 rebounds. Pure shooter, pure buckets. Off the bench, we got solid numbers. Jeff Dowden was impressive in his brief stint. It was surprising to see Jeff Dowden get the extra minutes instead of Malachi Flynn, but I think he proved why he got those minutes. He was much more serviceable, we'll call it, on defense than you would normally see from Malachi Flynn. Did his job, played in rhythm. Boucher was solid off of the bench, 9 points, 8 rebounds, and Boucher had a dunk. If you haven't seen it, he took off from just beyond the free throw line and absolutely threw it down. A dunk that may have gotten a 50 in a dunk contest. From Achua, it was one of those Achua games. Maybe one of the only negatives here. It was one of those games from Achua where the decision-making was very Precious-like. It was low IQ basketball decision-making. Kind of went flat offensively with him on the floor in the fourth quarter, but we know there are better days ahead as he gets more adjusted to, I guess, a different role here. But I seriously cannot give enough credit to how well Jakob Poeltl played in this game. I seriously cannot. Beyond, the 9 for 11 shooting, 21 points, 18 rebounds, which is obviously sensational. Genuinely, there was no answer for him from the Pelicans late. Like, the Raptors couldn't buy a shot, a jumper to go. But there was like 3 straight possessions where he got an offensive rebound and finished it off. It seemed like it was 3 straight at least. That we just haven't had that interior presence. Fred VanVleet was missing from this game for personal reasons. Hopefully everything is all right there. And that takes away a lot of our floor spacing. And I think the Raptors would look even more impressive having that here today. And the half-court initiator from a playmaking standpoint. But as I've said, Poeltl doesn't space the floor by shooting, but he spaces it in other ways. He spaces it with the screens that he sets, the pick and roll sets, and he provides more space to his teammates. Him being on the floor just makes this team better. I think we saw a lot of reason why that is the case today. Not to mention what he brings to the team individually from an offensive standpoint in scoring. Defensively, maybe he was just as even more impressive. 3 steals was great, but he gave the Pelicans all sorts of problems on the interior where the Pelicans completely bashed us earlier on in the season. He defended the rim really, really well, got the rebounds, got its extra possessions. Like, seriously cannot praise Jakob Poeltl enough for this performance, and hopefully more of them are on the way, as that's 2 dominant displays in a row. I always kind of thought that, man, like this Raptors team, if you just give them that presence, that rim protector, that guy who your defense can rely on at the rim, it's going to change this team. And though it's only been a brief sample size, it seems like we're maybe trending in that direction. He just makes defense easier for everybody else on the floor. And I've been like, I've talked about maybe slight overpay. I've talked about maybe we don't agree with the decision making, the deadline, but cannot overstate how much I wanted Poeltl to be here and how much I loved the fit on this team. And brief sample shows perhaps why that is the case so far. Going to the team stats from the game, Raptors don't shoot the ball as well as the Pelicans. They hit 43 shots on 92 attempts compared to 39 for 84. Both teams shoot roughly 46.5%. 3-pointers made a bit of a difference late where the Pelicans started a little bit cold from there. They heated up late and got themselves back into this game. Brandon Ingram was outstanding, like I said. They shoot 43% from the field. We only go 29%. Offensive rebounds really, really helped us late, especially from Poeltl. 11 offensive rebounds for the Raptors, 7 of which from the Yak. 48 in total to out-rebound the opponents. Turnovers didn't force as many second half. They only commit 4 in the second half for 13 total, or is it 5 second half? Regardless, turnovers are pretty even. The Raptors just fight through this one. It was a game where they really grind to get over the line, and grind is exactly what they did here. It wasn't the most impressive display offensively. I think it helps a lot if Fred is there to space the floor a bit, but we're seeing just how much the half-court offense has been able to improve with a player like Poeltl here. We're seeing how much the half-court defense has been able to improve with a player like Poeltl here. It's just heightening the all the parts of everybody else's game and is making a big difference for this team. So the Raptors coming up, they had a pretty weak schedule in the last 10 games or so. The schedule's about to get a little bit harder. I think it's 13 of the last 22 games being on the road where the Raptors have had some problems this season. So lots of work to put in, but got to take advantage of low-hanging fruit. We've not done that enough this season. There's some winnable games on the horizon. I'm citing the game. You're away, but got to beat Detroit Saturday. Cleveland at Cleveland. That's very, very tough. Cleveland are exceptional at home. Then you have the Bulls at home fighting for those playing spots. That's a big game. Should beat them. 2 games away against the Wizards. Another team in a similar spot to the Raptors. Winnable, big games. And the season gets a little bit tougher as we go through the rest of it. But the Raptors have enough to get over the line and get some wins here and get themselves in a position where they want to be the 6th seed. We take a look at the standings. The Raptors are now 29-31. It'll put them, I think that will put them either 4 or 3.5 games back of the 6th seed. Again, you got to pass a lot of teams. A lot of teams got to fall off. But the Raptors' job, what they got to do is win basketball games. They got to keep going. They just got to keep pushing. They got to do their job. Today, they did it. It wasn't the prettiest, wasn't the best, but the half-court offense looks improved. The half-court defense looks improved. Everything is looking better right now, and it seems like this team could be on the up. We asked all season for a run here. We asked our Raptors, can they go on a run? If they can go on a run, maybe they can do it. Maybe they can make the playoffs. You know what? I mean, with the All-Star break in between, we've won 6 of our last 7, and we're looking good while we're doing it. So the vibes seem to be back. Job security is here. Everybody seems to be having a good time, and I'm having a good time watching it all unfold. So take that win. We move. Let's see what we got next time. All right, if you guys enjoyed this, you want more Raptors content just like it, please hit that like. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this particular piece of Raptors content, hit that like button. It does go a long way to supporting the channel. And we'll see you next time as the Raptors take on the Pistons on Saturday.